David, how much are you looking for, I say a reaction, but lessons learned from Thursday?
Yeah, I think when you put it all into perspective, I think the first two goals shouldn't have counted. We should have had a penalty. We scored a goal. They've scored a cross that's ended up in the top bin and a deflected one that's ended up in the top corner. You know, the scoreline doesn't reflect the totality of the performance. We didn't play as well as we should have. That's the thing that we can affect. It wasn't a 4-1 game. When you watch it back, it felt like it at the time, but it wasn't. We had numerous good opportunities to score more goals. So there's lessons in that sense. We don't want to see the referee again. He was just awful. But we've got to do a few things a bit better. And if we do that, then whether it's Notts County or Sheffield Wednesday or Bradford, we've got a chance of winning the game.
We've said about how much of a tough start it is, and it doesn't change with Sheffield Wednesday on Tuesday. How much does that benefit you and your side in getting better quicker?
Yeah, I think that's a fair question, and I think it's the right question in the sense that we know it's a tough start. Two relegated teams. You've got Bradford, who are going to be right up there, one of the favourites. Chesterfield, who are the favourites. You've got Sheffield Wednesday. Bradford again. It is a tough start. So we know that the challenges early on in the season are going to be exactly that, a real challenge. It should make us improve quicker, but that doesn't mean to say that we will be where we need to be at the end of 6, 7, 8 games, because it doesn't work like that. Development doesn't work like that. I wish it did. So we've got to make sure we keep continuing to learn and improve and develop, and if we do that over the course of the course of this season, we're going to be a real force to be reckoned with at some point. Now, I don't know when that'll be. That's the truth. But I know we are constantly improving, and I know that's not linear either. So we'll be really good in some games and maybe not so good in other games. But if we keep getting better, and our substandard performances are not as bad as the previous substandard performance, we will be on the right track. And we are on the right track. We have improved significantly from last season. We've got to keep going in the face of stern tests, and there's another one tomorrow.
And the term free hit gets thrown about a lot in these sort of cup games. But I suppose the pressure's off Grimsby in a large respect. Is that the sort of message to the lads? Just go out and just enjoy yourself and prove that you keep making that progress?
Yeah, on one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's like, no, we could. If I said we could draw Man United in the next round, or however it might be, I would not take the opportunity to not just see it as a free hit, because I think that's a real negative way to look at it. Yes, there's much more pressure on Sheffield Wednesday, if you want for a better term, because they're expected to win. But then that doesn't mean that we should just roll over. That's not how it works. We've got to make sure that we give a real good account of ourselves, do what we want to do, be good at what we are, and then hopefully that'll be enough to win the game, irrespective of who the opposition plays, who the opposition bring on, because there'll be them challenges as well.
How much can a cup run and facing sides from high divisions do for the confidence and for the sort of momentum of the side?
Well, I think you saw with Bradford in the first round. We played well. We probably deserved to win the game. We did win the game on penalties, and it gives you a little. We're okay here. We're a good team. That we carry that on into Cheltenham, because I think quite a few of the lads said it after the game. Last season we'd have lost that. Never mind draw it. We actually won the game against a team that was in a higher division last year. So that shows how far we've come in that respect. So and that was off the back of the Bradford win, and that's why you get an opportunity to pick your wits against the championship team tomorrow night. So we've got to make sure that we do what we want to do, and we are good at what we are. The non-negotiables are there. So and the principles of how we want to play and both on both sides of the ball, you know, in possession and out of possession, and obviously the transitions. So we've got to make sure that whatever questions are asked of us tomorrow night, then we come out with more development in us, and that's the important thing.
What questions do you expect to be asked on Tuesday? Having watched them, what sort of Sheffield Wednesday side do you expect to face?
A high intensity, high press, coming to get you. I think they will certainly be in our faces. They're athletic. Obviously, the head coach wants them to come and get us high. And then we've got to have the answers to that, and as well as not just that. Obviously, there's lots of other questions that they'll ask us. We've got to have the answers.
And finally, just looking at the squad, how are the lads doing? Jordan is a sort of longer term absentee. Also, the last week of the transfer window now. Do you hope to make a couple more moves?
Yeah, look, the squad's, you know, we've obviously got 2 or 3 out. We need help when they're back. Obviously the window's still open for the rest of this week, and we'll be looking to make additions. It's as simple as that. And if we do, then that's great.